The Federal Reserve Chairman said something yesterday that is so critical for mortgage rates. It's such incredible good news, but no one's talking about it because it was a very deep comment. It was almost like it was in another language that most people, certainly reporters, are not picking up on. But I picked up on it. So let's play. I want to play for you first the part that everyone's talking about, and then we'll go to the part that's going to directly, positively affect mortgage rates. I'm so excited. First part first, go.
Today, the Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by a 1/4 percentage point.
Okay, good news, but we all knew that was coming, and we know that when the Federal Reserve lowers the overnight rate, it doesn't necessarily directly and immediately affect mortgage rates. But the next thing that he said is such good news for mortgage rates. Let you listen, and then I'll put it in plain English. Go.
We also decided to conclude the reduction of our aggregate securities holdings as of December 1.
This is massive news. We also decided to reduce our aggregate securities holdings as of December 1. I heard rumors this was coming, and now he made it official, and he goes on to explain it in more detail later on in the segment, but I'm not going to bother showing you this. What does this mean? Folks, this means they are going to stop selling off the mortgage-backed securities that they had bought right around COVID and for about 2 years after. They're going to stop selling them off. They've been flooding the market with mortgage-backed securities, mortgage bonds for like 2 years, coming up on 3 years, and that's why rates went up. See, let me go backwards in the time capsule. You go back to 2008, 9, 10. Right around 2010, the Federal Reserve came up with this idea that they were going to buy mortgage-backed securities, mortgage bonds, in order to drive rates down. It worked. It drove rates down. Things improved. Fast forward 10 years later, COVID hits. The Federal Reserve knew that playbook, and they knew that it worked really well back when they did it after the 2008 crisis. So what did they do? They almost immediately, within weeks of COVID hitting, said, okay, we'll be the buyer of mortgage-backed securities, one of the buyers. And they did it because the market was getting flooded with way too many bonds. And they said, we need to buy some up, hold them on our balance sheet. Well, 2 years later, in the spring of 22, instead of saying, okay, we'll just stop buying mortgage-backed securities, they not only said that, but they also said, we're going to sell them off. So the market got re-flooded with mortgage bonds, and what happened? Rates went up. Remember, March 23rd to June 10th, 2022, rates went up 1 point in 17 days, and up until a year ago, they were riding really high. Now, the good news is today, we're at about 6.1, 6.2% average mortgage rate, well-qualified buyers in the high fives. Okay, that's a point lower than a year ago. Good news. But when this goes into effect and they stop selling the mortgage-backed securities into the market on December 1st, as he explained, you're going to see rates come down a lot more. This is going to be huge. It is huge for the real estate market. It's so exciting. 2 days ago, I did a video saying rates are on a downward trajectory. I see them getting better and better as we go into 26. Well, now I'm even more excited because now he made it public, so it is official. Stay tuned in here to Crush It in Real Estate, and I'll continue to give you mortgage, real estate, and all kinds of predictions in the months to come. Thank you.